Hey guys, so the first room that we are going to be tackling is Jessica's bedroom, which is not by choice, I'm going to be honest. I really wanted to focus on the front room and the hallway first, just because it's the most room that doesn't really need a lot of work and probably going to be the cheapest. However, we have kind of hit a bump in the road and we are now having to start in Jessica's bedroom. You guys can probably see the state of the wall behind me. It has been very stressful already. This is our first room that we're doing, first project, and already I am feeling very stressed. Apologies for the look. I know I look like I'm going snorkeling, but where I've been like chiseling paint and stuff, I needed to protect my eyes, and I've been spraying some kind of chemical stuff onto these walls. I don't know what it's called, but it's really good for stripping walls, so I've been making sure that my face is covered. So the issue that we have had, guys, I mean, honestly, I've been so stressed about this room. I mean, look at the state of it. So basically what happened was I came in here one day, pulled out her bed to do a real deep clean, and I discovered a ton of mold all over this wall. It was just absolutely disgusting, and I knew that it kept appearing for a reason, and I've constantly been touching these walls, and no lie, like when you would touch the wallpaper, your hand would sink in like it was a temper mattress, like memory foam. It would really sink in, and I said to someone, like, this is not right. I'm no expert, but this is not right. Walls are supposed to be hard, they're not supposed to be, you know, squidgy and soft. So I've decided to start stripping the walls. I mean, I know they needed doing, but I literally regret stripping the walls because it has taken hours and hours and hours to get these walls back to the original concrete. There was like a massive roll of felt material underneath the paper, which was causing the walls to be soggy, and obviously which was causing the damp to make the mold appear. So I'm glad that that's now gone. There was about 7 layers of rock hard paint that I've had to chisel off, and then once I have got the walls back to the bare concrete, I have discovered 15 different holes in the wall. So for now I've just had to cover them up with tissue paper because I'm just currently still drying out the wall. I've obviously still got this section of the wall to do, and not only that, we've also discovered that the same problem is happening on the inside of both of the wardrobes. So it's been quite a big job to tackle, but it's not a job that's going to cost a ton of money, if that makes sense. Like, it's not a major job where something is really wrong with the house. It is just a ventilation problem which was being caused by the sheet of felt that they had put onto this wall, which I do not understand why they did it. So yeah, that is where I am at with this room, and which is why we are now having to obviously start in this room first, because naturally, obviously, I can't leave her in this bedroom with just bare concrete and holes. It's making the room very cold, and it's not a very pleasant way for, you know, her to be sleeping. So yeah, that is the first room on the agenda, and already, like I said, first room, first job, and I'm so stressed already. I just hope the rest of it is going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to carry on stripping the rest of these walls and just kind of film as much as I possibly can for you guys, really. So let's get back to it. Right, so here's the progress with the wall. So it is now completely skimmed back to all of the concrete now. I mean, honestly, my hands are just red raw. They're so sore. This bit is all dry, just this bit left to go. But obviously where I've just been stripping that, it's still like got all of the wet and stuff. So hopefully that will dry in the next few hours. And I've got all of this lovely mess to pick up. Let me show you guys what's happening with the wardrobe. So this is the current situation. This is the bit that I've done so far, and as you guys can see, like, this is the kind of lining paper, and then under the lining paper was this like thick painty stuff, and then this soft squishy felt stuff that's been ripped out. But when we ripped the felt off, literally, look, the whole back of the wardrobe was covered in mold. I mean, it was absolutely disgusting. It was all over Jessica's clothes. I had to chuck them all in the washing machine. Some of them I had to bin. So I mean, yeah, I'm not best pleased at the state of it, but you know what, it is what it is, and I'm just going to do everything that I can to try and get it back to a much more nicer, livable standard. So for now, I am going to pop back to work and finish skimming this wardrobe, and then I've got to tackle that one, but I'm so tired. And there was literally no resting for me today, guys, because it was then time for me to tackle the other wall. And this wall wasn't as bad, I have to say. The other wall was just an absolute nightmare. It took me forever to completely skim that wall back to concrete. This one wasn't as bad because we didn't have to chisel off any paint or anything like that. We didn't have to get it back to the bare concrete. We were just literally ripping off this lining paper so that it's nice and smooth and ready for us to repaint over. But since we were stripping off more stuff from the walls, we did actually encounter a lot more serious mould issues. Come and take a look. So this is the window frame area, and when we were pulling off all of the lining paper and trying to get it back to the bare concrete, we discovered all of this mould, which was all hidden underneath all of the wallpaper, and it's even started to like get onto the skirting boards now. I mean, look, it's just absolutely disgusting, and it is just growing super quickly, and it's just, yeah, it's gross. So since we have discovered all of that mould around the window, I made the decision to take down the built-in wardrobes, just because I was worried there might be some more soggy wallpaper or some mould issues happening from behind. So made that decision, and as you can see, we are now smashing down the built-in wardrobes. Jessica tried to give it a little go, but she was too busy giggling and couldn't finish the job, so it was time for Dad to take over and give that wardrobe a good seeing to. So it took a little while. It took just over an hour for us to completely rip out all of the wardrobes and stuff. It was really heavy, and not only that, this big piece here that Simon's pulling down, he literally dropped the entire thing, I'm not even joking, on my foot, which I will post a picture of, and my foot literally felt broken. It was throbbing. But anyway, moving on from my foot, have a look at what we discovered, guys, under the wardrobe. Look at this mould. I will be honest with you, I was expecting a few speckles. I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I wasn't expecting this much or this colouring. It was literally just disgusting. I was so upset. I was sobbing, and I was just really worried that this was going to be unsafe and it was going to cost us, like, you know, a massive kind of job. But luckily for us, we have got a builder in. It's not going to cost a ton of money, and it is fixable. But yeah, I have been very stressed about this room, guys. It has been a nightmare so far. So this is now what the room looks like, with the fitted wardrobes all completely ripped out. And as you guys can see, there has been a lot of mould build up in this room. I mean, it literally looks like there has been a massive house fire. That's the best way that I can describe how this room looks. It's just disgusting. It's grotty. I hate coming in here. Obviously, Jessica is now not in her bedroom. She's currently in the other room with me and her dad, because she just can't sleep in here at the moment. It's freezing. It's just disgusting. It's not a very nice environment for her to be around. I am very surprised, I'm going to be honest, at the extent of the mould. I expected a couple of odd patches like this. I did not expect what we found under this wardrobe. And I know a lot of people have been sending me messages and comments in regards to the walls, and a lot of people have been quite critical, quite mean, quite horrible to me and Simon, saying that, you know, this kind of thing must have been picked up. There's no way we didn't see all of this stuff. This was not visible when we came to view the property, or when we put an offer in on the property. This stuff was not visible. For anyone that is new to my channel as well, you're quite welcome to go back and look at our original house tour, and you guys can see when I'm coming in this bedroom, giving you guys a house tour, none of this stuff is visible. The only way we found this was when I decided to strip back all of the paint and the wallpaper off the walls. And for this bit here, I mean, I'm very grateful and thankful now that I did actually come to the idea of ripping out the wardrobes, because I dread to think if I didn't, obviously this wouldn't have been picked up and we wouldn't have known anything about it. So I think that's kind of why the surveyors haven't picked anything up. Probably the previous owners wasn't even aware that this was here. I have no idea how long this has been festering behind the wardrobes, but it's just absolutely bloody disgusting, and it is stressful. It's been very stressful, but I'm trying to see the positives in all of it. The only positive I have from this at the moment is it's not going to be a very costly job. I've actually got a very good builder friend who has kindly offered to come in, repair all of this and fix it for absolutely nothing. So I am literally so grateful to him. It's just taken off so much stress for me. The skirting boards, as you can see, they're just disgusting, very rotten, and they're quite old-fashioned anyway, so we have decided to rip these out. So they are going to come out. Also going to get some new plug sockets as well. I have been advised by my builder friends to just clean this as much as possible, really, and get it back to kind of a decent state so that we can do what we need to do, and then yeah, just paint it and get the paint that we need, and damp paint, mold paint, whatever paint is that we do need to use. This wall here, because obviously we only ripped the cupboards out yesterday, so again this wall needs to be stripped back to kind of like this one. So all of these layers of paint here do need to come off the walls, and I've got a feeling that's going to take me a lot of time, again, like the other walls have, because it's just such hard paint to get off where it's just been there for a really, really long time. So still got quite a lot to do in here, which obviously we wasn't expecting initially. We thought we were going to come in here, just change the floorings and repaint the walls, but obviously stuff happens, and you know, I think you have to be prepared for that. If you're not going into a new build, you have to be prepared for any hidden issues and hiccups that might come along the way. So yeah, that is where we are at with this room at the moment. These walls have also been stripped back, and also this wall as well. So at least now all of the walls have been stripped. This one was a piece of cake, just a couple of rolls of wallpaper. So yeah, that's been done now. These are going to get skimmed and plastered. All of the walls are, and then yeah, we'll just go from there really, guys. I've got the floor to change as well, so that's coming in the next couple of days. So I'm going to get cracking, start doing this wall, and then I will literally show you guys the rest of the progress in some more upcoming videos. Right, so now we are just tackling the mould. Simon is using a scraper just to scrape off all of the mould, because it's just a lot quicker than cleaning it off with sponges. So that's what we've decided to do. Not only that, we have also discovered this hidden problem, that behind one of the wardrobes, the wall is now crumbling. So yet again, we have got another problem to deal with. Right guys, I'm back again. So not much progress has happened from the last time I kind of showed you the last clip, but I just wanted to show you, because I literally cannot believe the amount of space that is now in this room. It has made this room just feel a lot more spacious and more opened up, because these fitted wardrobes, when we used to come in, it did feel quite claustrophobic, I'm going to be honest, especially in this area here, because where this patch was, there was a built-in chest of drawers which came out to about where this red scraper is. So when you came in the door, it was very kind of like snugged and very kind of trapped and claustrophobic, and I just cannot believe how open now and spacious this room looks just by taking down the fitted wardrobes, which I said to Simon in the first place, like, it was good to have the storage, don't get me wrong, but they were just too thick depth-wise, and they just didn't need to be coming out the amount that they were coming out. So we have got some new wardrobes, so they will be coming in. We actually have put those up already, purchased those from IKEA. Love IKEA. Most of my home is from IKEA, probably about 95% of it's from there. So it's a double wardrobe, which is going to be ideal for storing my clothes on one side, Simon's clothes on the other side, and then I'm thinking Jess's bed probably in this corner here, and then obviously she's going to have like all of her bits and pieces over on this side, and then a chest of drawers for all of her clothes and stuff like that. So that's the plan for now, but I just literally wanted to show you like how much more spacious this room is just by taking down all of the cabinets. As you can see, we've tackled most of the mold here. Turns out I didn't need to wash that wall like I was earlier. It was just lining paper, so we've just scraped all of that off. It's been really easy to get off the ceiling as well. Again, no scrubbing with sponges or cloths. We've just been using the wallpaper scraper to scrape most of that off. We wasn't going to flatten this popcorn ceiling. I hate popcorn ceilings, I can't stand them. Got them in the front room, so we said skim the ones in the front room, don't worry about these ones. But I think now, because obviously we've been chiseling off the mold, it's now flat in this area, so we might as well finish the rest and just flatten this all off. But I don't think it's wise for you to scrape it off. I think that's an absolute no, because it can be quite dangerous, because we just don't know if there's any asbestos or anything on the ceiling. So I wouldn't recommend to just scrape that off. Get a professional to do that for you because that's what we are going to do. We're not going to do the rest of it ourselves. We're just going to scrape off the mould area and then get someone in to completely flatten this in a very safe way, because you do have to be very, very careful. You just don't know what's going on behind ceilings or behind walls or behind paint. But yeah, that is where we are at so far. I'm going to keep going and then just kind of add snippets on as I go along. I just can't wait for you guys to see the transformation, because this room is just such a shithole at the moment. I'm desperate to just see the whole transformation now, and I'm hoping it looks amazing. I mean, anything compared to how it looks now is going to look amazing anyway. And Jess is just so excited now as well. As you can see, like, slowly bits and pieces are all coming together, and yeah, it's been really nice as well for her to kind of pick paints and stuff that she wants in here. So yeah, I'm gonna get cracking and yeah, get some more stuff videoed for you guys.